What do you get when you mix a psychotic redhead, a dying criminal, a voodoo ritual, and a broke single mom trying to raise her kid in peace? You get one of the wildest horror villains in movie history, Chucky, aka the only toy you'll ever see throwing hands like he paid taxes. We talking about Child's Play, the OG movie where a killer soul gets stuck inside a Cabbage Patch reject and still manages to body people with kitchen knives like he's John Wick with joint issues. Let's get into it, because what happens when Chucky pulls up on a peaceful family barbecue? He gets cooked, literally. We open in the middle of the night, a whole foot chase happening in these dirty Chicago streets. This serial killer named Charles Lee Ray is running for his damn life from Detective Mike Norris. My guy Ray running in a trench coat like he late for a drug deal and a funeral at the same time. He ends up getting shot and hiding inside a toy store. Because obviously, if you're about to die, your first thought is, Toys R Us time, baby. Bleeding out, he pulls out this voodoo chant he learned from his ex-cellmate named Papa Juju or something. He grabs the nearest doll, starts yelling ancient Creole into the heavens, boom! Lightning strikes the toy store, everything explodes. Charles Lee Ray's body dies, but his soul transfers successful. Bro just became the first criminal to ever upload himself into a Hasbro product. Now we meet Andy Barkley, the most polite little kid in 1988 movie history. All he wants is to eat sugary cereal and watch cartoons about the Good Guy dolls, his favorite toy line. But it's his birthday today, and he's praying for a Good Guy doll. Be careful what you wish for, especially when the toy you get was involved in a homicide and a hurricane inside Toys R Us. His mom, Karen, working her retail job, finds a sketchy street vendor out back like, yo, you want a Good Guy doll? Real cheap. Might smell like cigarettes and death, but it's $30 cash. And like a true 80s mom who's tired and underpaid, she goes, say less. Congrats, Karen, you just adopted a whole murderer. Andy's thrilled. He got his new doll. He naming him Chucky, having convos with him like it's normal. Meanwhile, Chucky in his head like, bet, time to start the revenge tour. Karen's bestie Maggie babysits one night, but Chucky's already walking around like the apartment belongs to him. She hears noises, finds flour on the kitchen floor, sees tiny footprints. Next thing you know, Chucky hits her with a blunt object and sends her flying out the damn window like she forgot to pay rent. Lands on a car, neck twisted, gone. Detectives pull up like, yo Andy, you know anything about this? He like, Chucky did it. Surprised. Sir? What? This is the moment where every adult in the movie goes full NPC mode. So now Andy's talking to Chucky in a psych ward like they doing jail time together. Meanwhile, Chucky is on the outside roaming the streets with a tiny hoodie and vengeance. He hops on a train, sits next to a drunk hobo like, sup bro? Heads to his old partner's house, this dude Eddie Caputo who snitched on him and dipped. Chucky breaks into his house, turns on the gas and blows the entire damn building up with one shot. Chucky is 2 feet tall and pulling off terrorist level sabotage. And meanwhile, Detective Norris still doesn't believe the doll is alive. Bro, you saw the explosion. You think Andy wired that? This man Chucky is out here doing GTA missions while y'all writing him off his imagination. Now, Chucky wants to learn how to transfer his soul out of the doll and into Andy permanently. So he goes to see his voodoo mentor, John, who's like, you weren't supposed to use it like this, you demonic Build-A-Bear. Chucky's like, too bad. Then proceeds to grab a voodoo doll of the guy and snap every bone in his body one by one like it's ASMR. He ends it by stabbing the doll in the chest, killing the man remotely. Now, I don't know what spiritual data plan Chucky's on, but this man murdering people via voodoo Bluetooth? So Karen, now suspicious as hell, takes a look at the good guy box and notices
the batteries never went in. That dog's been walking and talking on 0%.
She opens the back panel, sees the battery slot still empty. And that's when Chucky twists his head around and screams,
I am Chucky, what a fight!
Now she gets jumped by a dog. This man bites her arm, throws hands, and runs out the apartment like he a gremlin in a game. She chases him down and gets the cops involved again. Norris is finally like, okay, maybe something is weird. Maybe, sir? A little late for that. At this point, Chucky has stabbed 3 people, burnt 1 alive, and committed felony battery against the child. And he's not done. He sneaks into the psych ward where Andy is being held. Andy's trying to warn everyone like, Chucky's coming to kill me! Doctor, now, Andy, dolls can't hurt you. Next thing you know, Chucky stabs the doctor in the leg with the scalpel and electrocutes him in front of Andy. Y'all still think Andy lying? How many adult bodies gotta hit the floor before y'all believe this evil cabbage doll is on demon time? We now enter the most chaotic apartment battle ever filmed. Karen and Andy finally get cornered by Chucky. He's bleeding, limping, looking like a rejected Furby, but he's still going. Andy sets him on fire. They think it's over, but no! Burned Chucky, on fire and missing limbs, is still crawling towards them. They blow his head off. He still comes back. This man has no spine, no fingers, no eyes, and he's still running fade on a 6-year-old. Eventually, they blow his heart out. Then finally, he dies. Or at least until the sequel where he gets rebuilt like nothing happened. This man been killed like 12 times and keeps coming back like student debt. So what's the moral of the story? Don't buy dolls off back alley vendors who smell like propane and regret. If your toy is talking without batteries, light that shit on fire immediately. And finally, if your kid says their toy is alive, maybe listen. Because otherwise you might end up fighting a demon trapped in a toddler-sized jumpsuit, throwing hands like he paid rent and you didn't. Chucky is the original ankle biter demon, and if he ever pulled up to my barbecue, he'd be on the grill by sundown. If y'all enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like, comment your favorite Chucky moment, and make sure to subscribe because we got more horror recaps and roasts coming your way. Stay safe out there, and remember,
we're friends to the end. Unless you stab me. Peace!